Let us discuss some current affairs now. Economic Advisory Council. Economic Advisory Council. Earlier it was there and disbanded in between. Again Modi government reinstated Economic Advisory Council. The present government reinstated Economic Advisory Council. Prime Minister's Economic Advisory Council is a non-constitutional, non-statutory, non-permanent and independent body. Non-constitutional, non-statutory, non-permanent and independent body constituted with a prime and sole aim to analyze all critical issues, economic and otherwise, refer to it. All critical issues, economic and otherwise, refer to it. By the Prime Minister, and all the issues referred to it by the Prime Minister, and it will give advice to him. It is a mandate to give advice to the Prime Minister on economic matters. On inflation, GDP changes, export-import changes, creating support environment for increasing trade and commerce, etc. So, Vivek Debroy, Niti Aayog member, Vivek Debroy is the chairman and Niti Aayog members, and it has 4 other members. Chairman is Vivek Debroy and it has 4 other members. The functions of Economic Advisory Council is submit periodical reports to Prime Minister relating to macroeconomic developments. Submit periodic reports to Prime Minister relating to macroeconomic developments and issues which will have implication of economic policy and analyze various topics and other tasks as assigned to it by Prime Minister. Economic Advisory Council. Again this year, in 2017, last year, it got reinstated. An important question. Next, International Comparison Program. International Comparison Program. It was launched by World Bank Group. International Comparison Program was established in late 1960s. International Comparison Program was established in late 1960s on the recommendation of UN Statistical Commission. On the recommendation of UN Statistical Commission and hosted by Development Data Group of World Bank and hosted by Development Data Group of World Bank. It was hosted by Development Data Group of World Bank. Its objective is to compare GDP of economies. Its objective is to compare GDP of economies and to determine those economies relative size, productivity and material well-being. As per the recent data of International Comparison Program, India replaced Japan in the world's 3rd largest economy. India replaced Japan in the world's 3rd largest economy. It's called International Comparison. It is done by International Comparison Program is done by World Bank Group. You have to remember this point. African Development Bank. This year is in news because the 52nd African Development Bank, Gujarat, India. 52nd African Development Bank Summit was held at Gandhinagar, Gujarat. It was held at Gandhinagar, Gujarat. ADB was founded in 1964. African Development Bank was founded in 1964 with a mission to fight poverty, and improve living conditions and improve living conditions of the people of African continent. Okay. The headquarters are at Abidjan, Ivory Coast. ABIDJAN. Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. Okay, it is in news because the 52nd African Development Bank Conference general meeting was held at Gandhinagar, Gujarat. This is important. Okay, apart from that, you have one more crucial index this time, which is important for exam, that is Global Cyber Security Index, International Telecommunications Union. Global Cyber Security Index given by International Telecommunications Union. And there is a rift in Sri Lanka. After the local government elections in Sri Lanka, the Ranil Wickremesinghe, the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka, and Maithripala Sirisena, the President of Sri Lanka, both the political parties got very less votes. So there was no future coalition. There might not be a coalition between both the parties belong to Ranil Wickremesinghe and Maithripala Sirisena. So issue is going on in Sri Lanka. And next important article is on Shravana Belgona. Gomateshwara statue. Every 12 years, you know, Shravana Belgona, very famous for Jainism. Gomateshwara statue in Shravana Belgona, Karnataka. The festivities started. This is also a very important thing. February 17th, you have the festival. Next important thing is coming to lead articles today. 2-3 important points. Article number 1, you have the first lead article given by again is partition. Recently Modi gave a speech in the budget session. Prime Minister Modi gave a speech in the budget session, less about issues on finances, more about Congress and Congress failures, and he also brought about the history 1947, and he gave a comment. Our Prime Minister Modi gave a comment that our partition would not have been happened if Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel would be the Prime Minister of India. If Vallabhbhai Patel if he would have been Prime Minister, partition would not have been happened. This was the comment. On this comment, the entire article was written. And the other wrote various adverse effects, counterfactuals, adverse effects, and various problems how Indians, Pakistanis, because before 1947 there is no Hindustan or Pakistan, how everybody got divided, and what problems common man faced, what are the after effects of partition. Everything was explained in the article. The article is based on our Prime Minister Modi's statement in the Parliament. That is the thing. Next article, Ramallah recall. This is historic visit of Modi to Ramallah. Our Prime Minister Modi visited Ramallah, the capital of Palestine. We cannot speak about the state of Palestine because it is not state at all in the eyes of international law. Here comes Modi has assured his support to Palestinian cause. Modi have reassured his support to Palestinian cause. Apart from that, there are two issues which you have to remember. Number one, East Jerusalem and West Bank should belong to Palestine. East Jerusalem and West Bank. And second thing, India still carries its word. India supports 1967 border arrangement. The border issue which was actually drawn in 1967, where they wanted to make West Bank and East Jerusalem are the part of Palestine. That still India supports that cause. And this is historic because recently Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Israeli Prime Minister, visited India, and immediately our Modi went to Palestine. But still there are things. Israel also needs India, not just India needs Israel. Israel also needs India, not just India and Israel. The reason is, In most of the West Asian countries, Israel have no friendship in West Asia. So Israel also needs India strategically, not only for markets and other things. Israel also needs India strategically. So India is now maintaining a balance in its foreign policy, equidistance and equirole in Palestinian issue and also Israel support. Both the things India is doing simultaneously, balancing its. This is called de-hyphenization of issues. So in certain issues, India is making friendship with Israel. On Palestinian cause, India is supporting Palestine. So it's good to follow that. Next, woods and trees, very important article. All of you should read it for prelims. All of you should read this State of Forest Report 2017. Recently, State of Forest Report was released by the Ministry of Environment and Forests. State of Forest Report was released by Ministry of Environment and Forest. In India, forest cover, which includes tree cover also, is 24.4%. In India, forest cover, which includes tree cover also, is 24.4%. The first thing. And second thing, the southern states have shown increase in the forest cover, whereas the northern states, including northeastern states, have shown Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh, Mizoram, all these states shows less increase in the forest cover, and overall there is a marginal increase in the forest cover, 0.21%. Marginal increase in the forest cover, 0.21%. So it is right now we have to increase the tree cover. The target of forest cover in India is 33%, but we have 24.4%. The target is 33%, but we have 24.4%. Here you should understand a point. The point is our civil service exam, the preliminary exam and Indian Forest Service preliminary exam are one and the same. And biodiversity, climate change, forest issues might appear large in the preliminary exam. So what is the data in the State of Forest Report? You have to read the summary at least. In the internet you will get the summary, at least summary you have to read. Next article is about how to handle big data. Nothing. Too much of data produces nothing. In fact, adverse results. Too much of data, too much analysis of data sometimes will produce adverse results. You have to remember that. Too much of data is fit for nothing. That's important. And next article is an interview with S.M. Krishna, the former External Affairs Minister. S.M. Krishna, the former External Affairs Minister, he actually belongs to Congress. Last year he shifted to BJP. Last year he shifted to BJP. S.M. Krishna last year shifted to BJP. And Karnataka, BJP, all these issues was discussed. It is not that important for you for exam. Next article is about World Radio Day, February 13th every year. World Radio Day, February 13th every year. Every year February 13th to celebrate World Radio Day. And next is little bit important. 6th World Government Summit held at Dubai. 6th World Government Summit is held at Dubai. And why it is important? This is important because India was the guest country for this. India was the guest country for 6th World Government Summit. And World Government Summit is a global platform. World Government Summit is a global platform dedicated to shaping the future. Dedicated to shaping the future of governments worldwide. It brings together leaders in government for a global dialogue about policies and other programs, innovation, technologies, new mechanisms, etc. So India is a guest country for World Government Summit. This is important because this time India was invited as a guest country. Indian innovation is recognized as a good thing. As you all know, Indian democracy, Indian public policy looms large in the world. We underestimate Indian public policy, but India is a country which have very good public policy and plethora of schemes for common man and innovation in governance, Make in India, Digital India, e-technology, e-NAM project. We have various things in the governance that was being recognized, and India was called for World Government Summit as a guest country. These are the important things today.